Good day people, Luhamfm here again with another tutorial. Today I want to show you guys how to use the fill tool. The fill tool in CorelDRAW is a tool which is used to give a shape or an object color. So I'll be showing you guys how to do that. I'll be showing you the different type of the fill tool, such as the interactive fill or gradient, the smart fill, and even the mesh fill. I'll be showing you guys some tips and a quick way to do that. So let's get down to it. So once you have your CorelDRAW open, let's start by inserting a shape. So I would like to use the rectangle tool. So when I click the rectangle tool, I click and I drag. Then I can click on P on my keyboard to pan it in the middle. So there's different way to give this a color. If I want to give this a color, I can just head over to my color palette here and click on different kind of color I want. But if the color palette is not showing on your own CorelDRAW, you can just head over to Windows, come over to color palette, and then you make sure that this default palette is checked, just like this. So once it's checked, you have your color palette appear here. So I can give this a color by clicking on it and clicking on different kind of color. I can also set the outline of this image or object. And you can see when I zoom in, you can see that the outline here is black. To give this a different outline, I will just click on it, head over to my color palette, and right click on any color I want to be the outline. Then you can see here it says set outline. Yeah, you can see. Another way to do this is to head over to this down panel here. You can see this purple is showing the fill, and this yellow here is showing the outline. So you can just double click on the purple to bring out the fill window bar. So from here also I can change the color by just clicking any color. I can use a color view method to select the color by just dragging down the color slider. And I can also impute a color by name. Maybe I want a golden color. I can just type gold and I hit on enter. You can see I've changed it. And I can also give a color using their hex code. For instance, I know the hex code of color black is just 60, so I can click 0 6 times on my keyboard, and you can see I have a black color by imputing the hex code. You can also use the eyedropper. From here it says that the eyedropper, it samples color from any object on screen, inside or outside the application. Yeah, you can pick any object using this eyedropper. You can pick different objects. If you have an image inserted here, you can pick it. So that's it. You can use the eyedropper to pick color around. Maybe you have an object inserted, you want to select that specific color, you can use the eyedropper to pick the color. So once you are okay with your color and everything, you just click on OK. Another way to give this a color is by dragging your color from the color palette and dropping it on the object which you want to give color. So if I want to change this to color blue, I can just drag for blue here and drop here. You can see I can also drag orange and drop. You can see. So I can just basically drag different colors and drop on the object or shape to change the color. You can also do same thing for the outline. When I zoom in a bit, I can drag a different color and I make sure that the square of the color that is shown here has the insides trimmed off, just like this one here. You can see if I drag further, it will give me a full square with the color. This full square with the color is the fill color, but the outline is the one that has the inside of that square trimmed off. So once you see this icon, you know that you're about to change the outline of the object or shape. So when I release it, you can see that the outline is also changed to blue. Another way to change the outline again, coming down to this down bar here, you can see blue, which is showing the outline. When you double click, you bring out the outline window, just like this. So you can see this here is the outline color. You can click this drop down button here and you can change the outline color. Also, you can use the color slider to select different color you want. You can also adjust the width of the outline. I can make it to be more thick by 4. I can make it 16. You can see that as the outline is getting thicker, it's trimming off from the fill, so it's reducing the fill. So to do that, you can place the outline behind the fill by clicking this box here which says behind the fill. You can see it says that apply an outline behind the object fill. So once I click it, you can see that the outline has gone behind. So if I want it bigger, I can just increase the outline to make it bigger. So that is that for the outline. So you can also, this button here which says scale to object, you can see that if I, like for instance, if I make this outline a little big like this and I click on OK, and I want to reduce the size of the object, you can see that as I reduce it, the outline will become thicker. To become thicker as I reduce it is because I'm not scaling the outline with the object. So as I'm reducing the object, the outline is getting thicker. So same thing, when I increase the object, the outline is also getting thinner. That's because the outline is fixed. So if I reduce the shape, even though the shape size is reduced, since the outline is fixed, the outline always gets big. So to fix that, you click on your outline window here and you check this other box that says scale with object. So you click and check it, then you click on OK. So now once you reduce the object, the outline will still remain the same. No matter the size of the object, the outline will just remain the same. Okay guys, so that is it for the fill and outline. So I want to remove this outline, so I'll head over to this red slash here and right click and click on set as outline, or I can drag the red slash and place it on the outline. You can see the outline is no more. So another type of fill we have is interactive fill. Yeah, interactive fill or gradient fill is a kind of fill that helps you combine two colors together. Yeah, you can do that whether linearly or radially or anyhow you want it. So this right here is an interactive fill. You can see the shortcut here says G. So from the little description, they say it dynamically apply the current fill to an object in the drawing window. So there are different ways to apply the interactive fill. The first one is that you can just click on this interactive fill, then you drag on your shape or your object whichever angle you want to make the gradients be. So you can just drag like this. You can see the default secondary color for the interactive fill is white. So to change that, you can also drag a different color and place it on this white. You can see that you have red and blue now in an interactive fill. So you can adjust this interactive fill by changing their meeting point. That's where they meet. You can also choose which one have most of the shape. You can make the blue to be more dominant, or you can make the red to be more dominant, or you can just make them to share equally. You can also adjust the transparency or opacity by just dragging this slider here. So alright, you can also try different color by just dragging and dropping. You can see you can drag different interactive fill by just dragging and dropping. Alright, so another way to do this interactive fill again is by clicking on the object, then you come down to your down window and select the fill outline. So you can see this right here is a fountain fill or interactive fill or gradient, whatever they call it. So you can also change their color from here by clicking on the color you want to change, select the drop down button, and you can select different color just from here. You can do that for the second one, and you can select different color. Okay, so from here you can also drag to set the position of the fill. You can also drag this slider to select which color will be more dominant than the other. Let's change this to the blue color. Okay, so you can see, you can select the position and the angle of your interactive or fountain fill. You can also select the type of fill. You can see now we are on linear fountain fill, which apply a fill that gradually changes color along a linear path, that is along a straight path. So the linear path can be diagonal just like ours is now. You can also turn it to be vertical, or you can make the linear path horizontal just like this. So that's for the linear path, and make it to be in a straight line. So you can also make it to be radial, that is, you can apply fill that gradually changes color in concentric ellipse form or center outwards. So when you select it, you can see the fill is now in a radial form. You can come here and adjust the width and the height of the fill by just increasing here. You can adjust the height. You can also adjust the width of the fill. You can also make the reverse fill. That means you can reverse the colors. As you can see from this radial fill now, the red one is the one that is in the ellipse center, and the blue basically just took the background. You can reverse that by just clicking this reverse button here. You can see reverse has been the case. The blue now is the one in the radial ellipse, and the red has taken the background. So that's it for the ellipse tool. You can move it around to wherever you want. You can also reduce and increase the width or the height. Yeah, so the next one here says conical fountain fill. It applies fill that gradually changes color in a conical shape. So let's click it to see. You can see it's trying to imitate the conical shape. You can see you can also reverse the color also. I can set the point of the cone to the center of the image. Yeah, so that's it for conical shape. And there's one more. The next one is rectangle fountain fill. It's just like the radial. It's apply fill that gradually changes color in concentric rectangle form from the center outward. So when you click it, you can see it has a rectangle that has a fill. You can reverse the fill. You can also adjust the height and the width of the rectangle to suit your state. You can click and drag to set the position where you want it to be. So that's it for the interactive or fountain fill. So the next fill we'll be talking about is the smart fill tool. Yeah, so you can see the smart fill tool is located on your toolbar here, and from the little description it says that it creates objects from overlapping areas and apply a fill to those objects. So basically what this smart fill tool does is that it helps you to fill a specific point of your object rather than just filling the entire object. Alright, let's look at some example. So I will insert an ellipse now. So I'll click P to put it at the middle, Ctrl D to duplicate, then I will adjust it like this. I'll make another duplicate, and then I'll adjust it like this. So for instance, what this smart fill does is that instead of just making this whole ellipse a color on its own like this, you can decide to specifically give only this portion of space a color without it spilling into the next ellipse or circle. So once you select the smart fill tool, you go to the point where you want to place your color, then you just click, and you can see the color is already applied within that angle. And you can also head over to your Windows bar here. Okay, so you can click this drop down menu here and select a different color. Alright, then you go to another point you want to specifically fill, and then you click. Let's do that again. Select a different color, go to a specific point, and then you click. So that is just it for the smart fit tool. It just helps you to fill a specific area, a specific point, or a specific intersection between two shapes. It makes you give them a specific color without it spilling over into the other shapes. Alright, so the next one we'll talk about here is the mesh fit tool, and you can find the mesh fit tool by clicking on this drop down arrow on your interactive field, and you can see the mesh field here with the shortcut M. Alright, so from the little description here, it says that it fills an object by blending multiple colors or shades arranged over a mesh grid. So a mesh fill is just a fill tool that allows you to mesh different colors together into one. So basically, it helps you to give a shape on object, a highlight, or a shadow within the same field without overlapping other image on it. So let's see some practical example. Alright, so I'll insert an ellipse now, place it at the middle. Then I want to merge these two ellipses together, so I'll just do that now. Ctrl P and drag. Alright, so before we merge, if you have not seen my Pathfinder video, I will advise you go and check it. You will find it under this playlist, and I also drop the link in the description below. So this will just be very quick because I've done a lot of explaining on how to merge objects in the Pathfinder video, so do well to watch that before coming here. So I'll highlight these two together and I'll just merge the shape. So I'll do some little editing. Just want to get like a apple kind of, I just want to get the apple shape. Doesn't have to be that perfect. Yeah, so okay, I think our apple is good. So click P to place it at the middle. So let's give this apple a red color. So this is what the mesh field does for you. It can help us to add a highlight and a shadow to this shape, to this our apple shape, to make it look more realistic. So let's do that. So once you click on object and click on your mesh field, you can see some notes here around. So this point is showing you where you can add colors to. So let's say for instance our light source is coming from the top here and it will cast a shadow here. So we'll make this place lighter and this place darker. So you can add more nodes by just double clicking on the point. Yeah, you just double click it to add more nodes. So these are the space I want to make to be lighter, so I'll just add more nodes to it. Then I'll click the nodes I just added. You can hold on shift by the way and select multiple points together, just like as I'm doing now. So when you select multiple points together, so once I've highlighted all these my points, I'll head over to the Windows bar, click on the drop down arrow and select a lighter color of red here to give a realistic light source. Just make it a little bit light like this. Okay, so now we have our highlights here showing us the direction of the light, but now we want to cast a shadow to the other side of the apple so as to make it more realistic. So just add a few more points here where I want the shadow to be casted. Then when I'm done, I'll hold down my shift by selecting the point where I want my shadow to be. So we want our shadow to be a little bit below this our light source here, so we'll add more nodes here. Then you hold down your shift and you select. Okay, another way of selecting, you can also click and drag from the outside to select all the nodes as to holding shift and clicking them one by one. Just click and drag and select since they are at the point. So I head over to the Windows bar, click this drop down and select a darker red, not too dark. I think this will do. Also make this dark. Okay, so you can see we have added a shadow here. So this now is looking like a plain color with just dark part and lighter part. So we want to make it to blend. So this red part will make it a little bit darker, so it will be as if it's having an interactive mesh. So when we click on the mesh again, let's add a few more nodes around here. Then highlight this. So we'll start from this dark part, take it up to make it lighter or not as light as the base color. Okay, I think we need to add more here. Let's make this side a little bit dark also. Not too dark, but I think this will do. So remaining these parts here. And then just a few more parts on this side. Alright, so is our apple not that perfect? You just use the pen tool and add a little over the top, so make it a little bit thick. Alright, so yeah, I know I haven't taught you guys how to use the pen tool. Let's just take this as an introduction to the next class, because in the next class we'll be talking about the pen tool. So that's it for today. That's about the fill in CorelDRAW. I've shown you how to do simple fill by just clicking and selecting color, or drag the color and drop. I've shown you guys interactive fill by merging two colors together, and you can also change their color by clicking and dragging two different colors to the shape. And we have also shown you mesh fill and its application here. Also, we have talked about the smart fill, where you can fill a specific segment or a specific intersection of two shapes. Alright, that's it guys. So if this video was helpful, kindly drop a like, also hit that subscribe button, and also share to your friends. That's it guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next. Peace out.